Hey guys, Andrew McFarland here from StartAJuiceBar.com. Hope you guys are happy and healthy. Today we are talking about to not start a juice truck business until this happens. So before we dive in, if you guys are new, you don't know who I am. I have been in this juice business for over 12 years at this point. Myself and our company has had the pleasure of running our own concepts as well as helping hundreds of people all over the world launch and scale successful juice trucks, smoothie bars, acai bowl businesses, healthy cafes, you name it, we've done it. All the information on this channel has come from this wealth of experience. Early invitation, press the like button, press the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. That way you get notified when we release new content. Now, without further ado, what you've all been waiting for. Why do I say don't start a juice truck business until? Now, to give you some context, okay? If you're new to this channel, you don't know that my story is I started with the juice truck business. Like many of you, I have had a passion for health for a really long time. And I was thinking of starting a storefront, but then I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something that feels a little bit more accessible financially, also in terms of time, because it's a lot quicker to start a juice truck business. And at the time, it was very novel. We were actually the first juice truck business in the nation, to my knowledge. This is over 12 years ago. But I had some very profound and painful lessons to learn. Meaningful lessons, definitely uncomfortable lessons, but very meaningful. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. That a lot of times people make this mistake, the mistake of starting a juice truck business before they know exactly where they are going to sell their product. And what I mean by that, it's not just, hey, I have an idea. And as it relates to my story, initially I had this premise, which is not a bad premise, but there was lessons to learn, which I'll share with you in this video. Being from California, living in LA, I figured, oh, you know what? I'm going to park my juice truck close to the beach. I was familiar with Venice Beach, and people in Venice Beach have a lot of money and generally are very health conscious. You know, they surf, they do yoga, there's Whole Foods close by. All those things make sense. So it should make sense for me to park my truck in a dense area close to the beach, and therefore we would do well. But here's where I made the mistake in the early stages, is it's one thing to be in a good environment, okay, demographically and in terms of geographics, but it's another thing to understand the specificity of your location, specifically where you're going to park. Because for us going down there, it was really, really difficult to find parking that was large enough for a 24-foot vehicle, right? Most parking spaces are even hard enough to get into if you have a car, much less a 24-foot juice truck. So when we did find spaces, sometimes we were able to park in front of Whole Foods. Sometimes we even parked off the main boulevard. You know, there was a street called Lincoln and Venice Boulevard where you're talking about tens of thousands of cars will drive by, but guess what? They had nowhere to park. So even if they wanted to stop by and get juice from us, where were they going to park? They couldn't park. So it ended up ultimately being a really, really bad location. We almost went out of business until I had a very deep insight and we moved our location to a new space. Really, we were probably about a week from going out of business because of all my produce expenses and my labor expenses and just the general cost of running the business overall. So it was really by sheerly making dramatic decisions that I was able to save the business and bring it to a better location so we could start making money. But I had made the mistake of early on of just thinking that location was it. I don't need to think about it more. You know, we're going to figure it out. We have a juice truck. We're mobile. We can move around. That's what I hear a lot of people say, which is true. But guess what? If you don't plan ahead of time and think about where are the multitude of spaces that you can try out, test out for a week here and there, how much is it going to cost us if we make no money at all these locations? How many locations do I have as options? And have a strategy around it, because some locations might be really good during the week and really bad on weekdays, right? Some locations you might need parking. You might not have this kind of visibility. You might not have all the pieces come together that make a location a great location. So I would suggest to you very, very strongly, before you dive into buying your truck, doing any of that stuff, talk to businesses and go to places where you can potentially park your truck and see if it's something that they'd be interested in. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Would you like to have a truck in your parking lot? What kind of arrangement can we come to? Would it be a matter of just maybe giving your members a discount? Let's say you're parked in front of a gym. Or would it be a matter of paying a certain monthly rent if it's their parking lot? Are you even allowed to do it? Who do you need to get approval from? This is something you want to figure out before you make any investment in the business, because if you don't have these things clear, then you're running a big risk. And sometimes you might want to get these things analyzed. So if you want support from us to help you find that location, help you analyze potential locations, reach out to me personally at Andrew@StartAJuiceBar.com. But as I say, in every business, location, location, location. If you're a retail business, that's exceptionally true when it comes to this. So be sure that you think about that ahead of time. Don't start your business without that. And that's the message for today. If you haven't liked the video yet and you're still here, of course you like the video, press the like button. Questions or comments, if you want to just tell us you like the content, that inspires us to make more content. And I also respond to pretty much every single message. So if you have any questions or comments, put it below. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, we actually have exclusive giveaways. It's really easy to find us, Start a Juice Bar. And then lastly, if you prefer podcasts to YouTube, for me, I go back and forth. I like podcasts. I like YouTube. I like YouTube style podcasts. But we have a podcast on Spotify and on iTunes called the Juice Bar Experts Podcast. You can find us there. Until next time, wish you guys a lot of success. This is Andrew McFarland with StartAJuiceBar.com. We have a full-scale development firm. Reach out to us. Until next time, talk to you guys soon. Hope you guys have been enjoying the video content. If you're inspired to learn even more about how to start your juice business from scratch, for you, we have a free ebook. It's called the 15 Steps to Starting Your Juice Business. And this is going to go through a high-level overview, through a step-by-step process on how you get your business off the ground. Everything from, branding, menu development, finding the right location, and more. This is going to be a clear roadmap so you know how to go from where you are all the way to opening your store. If you want to go even deeper, we've also created an online course. It's called the Juice Bar Master Blueprint. This is going to go into great depth on everything from how do you put together and think about recipe development? How do you cost out your menu and what's the math around it? What equipment do you need? How do you design your store? How do you find the right location? And so much more. I know you're going to find a lot of value out of both of these. There's links in the description below. So I hope to see you guys at the next video and enjoy.